Kyrie's absence and, the personal issues that he's dealing with, it has nothing to do with us, going after and attaining James Harden in this. Regarding Kyrie and when he'll be hopefully back and rejoining the team, part of that is going to be up to the NBA, and we're waiting for them to come out so they're ruling on the health and safety protocols. Hopefully we'll have a ruling soon. I have talked to Kyrie, so I know he's excited about getting back on the court with his teammates, as soon as possible. Without a doubt, I'm not going to shy away from it. Without a doubt, the organization's disappointed with not having, any one of our players. In this particular case, Kyrie, not amongst us, not, in the trenches with us and so forth. So, I don't want to speculate and say why he's out and so forth. We have got to support, whether it's our players or whether it's our staff, and you would do that in any industry. But, you also hope there is an adequate, more than adequate excuse as to why he needs personal time.
You hope there is a more than adequate excuse as to why he needs personal time. That was Nets GM Sean Marks addressing the absence of Kyrie Irving due to personal reasons. Guys, let's assume Kyrie comes back. Sean also said today that Kyrie is very excited to come back. It is up to the league, of course, to see when he can come back with COVID protocols. But if we look at the new Big Three in action, in the last 10 seasons, only 8 players have scored more than 1,000 points in the clutch. Guess what? Out of 8, the Nets now have 3 of them.
And KD missed the whole season.
So, big shot, Rob. Who should take the big shot, the last shot, if they're all 3 on the court?
You have to go with KD because his skill set is by far above those guys. Not saying a lot, because he's 7 feet tall with the handles of Kyrie, with the shooting ability of James. So you got all 3 rolled in one, so you give the ball to KD and get out the way. That's all you got to do. I remember playing with Houston, getting a lot on. You said, what play do you want? Give the dream and get out the way.
Get out the way.
That's what you do when you have a player like that.
Okay, here, let me answer the question. Steph, greatest shooter of all time. Klay Thompson, one of the greatest shooters of all time. Who was the guy that you wanted to take the last shot? It was Kevin Durant. He was the guy. Now, I'm James Harden, and you got Kyrie Irving. Monsters. Kyrie's hit one of the biggest shots in NBA history. Kevin Durant is the guy that you want taking that last shot whenever possible. Now, you can't double him. You can't hedge him because you got 2 other monsters on both sides, right? So it's and a lot of it, the last shot is about making the right play. So if you send 2 people at him, you got James Harden and you got Kyrie. Look, that's one of the biggest shots that has ever been taken on a basketball court in NBA history, right? Nailed it, easy, just walks off. So I just think it really and truly, it's Kevin Durant. If he was the one that you wanted on those Golden State Warriors team, he's definitely the guy that you want on this Houston Rockets, or on this Brooklyn Nets.
Brooklyn Nets, you got to get used to that Brooklyn Nets team. And look, we know they're all going to have big shots, right? That's the quality of these players. As you say, it depends on the defense. Which shot do you think is either more guardable or harder to guard, however you want to phrase it? James Harden's step back 3, he's had the little side step sometimes now too, or the Kevin Durant shot where he's just up over you in a way that is, we've had some of the great defenders in this league over the last 10 years just say that when Kevin Durant lines up, he's not guardable.
Well, you can't teach tall. That's what they told us all the time. You can't teach a 7.
So which one? Which one do you think?
The Kevin Durant shot.
That's more lethal.
That's more lethal.
Yeah, because you can get someone that's either as tall as James, quick, who can get to that shot. But there's nobody as tall as KD that can get to that shot. So KD by far.
Look, I'll even take you the Manu Ginobili swat from behind, against the Rockets. You can kind of try and figure out ways to get that done. With Kevin Durant, he's like Dirk Nowitzki. You're not blocking his shot. You're not blocking a 7-foot, high-release, high-arcing shot. It's happened in history, but it ain't.
Unless you get it from behind.
Yeah,
that's the only way.
It.
But
it is pretty remarkable to keep just saying this because this team is real now as opposed to months of speculation. You have 2 guys with 2 of the most unguardable shots in the game on the same team. Kyrie, who can be unguardable around the basket. Richard, you saw that up close, right?
Yeah, he's unguardable pretty much everywhere, right, with his handle, right? But it's just, it's different. You're talking about 2 seconds ago, 3 seconds ago, knock it down.
Right. So it's going to be a remarkable display. And I think who takes the last shot may be just solved by...
Who's licking their lips?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, poor Wes Matthews. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.